Hi guys, thank you so much for joining me on this channel. As a salesperson, one of the famous things that my customers say is that, sorry, we had to go buy this item from the other supplier. And one of the things I usually ask them is that, can you tell me the reason why you had to go to the other supplier? Sometimes they tell me that the reason is because the other supplier actually gave them a better price, or the product that they're trying to source from me is not the same specification as what the other supplier is trying to sell to them. So this is a common thing that you hear when you sell or when you do business. So in sales, price negotiation is something that you always have to deal with. And it's something that you have to find a way of actually working around as a salesperson or as a business owner. So today's video, I'm just going to be sharing with you some of the things that make customers reject your pricing and what you can actually do to actually go around it. If you're liking the sound of this and you're yet to subscribe to our channel, kindly hit that subscribe button and share with as many people that you know that this video is going to be actually beneficial to. Now, the first thing I'm going to be talking about is that your customers will actually reject your price if they perceive that the value that you're actually trying to get from your product is not the exact thing that the price you are quoting it to be. So, for example, you'll see things like the Ferraris, the Porsche, and some of the big brands like, Gucci, Armani, Louis Vuitton, and some of the fashion brands that you actually see. Do you realize why a lot of people are willing to pay the monies that those brands actually quote? The reason is because there's a way we actually perceive those brands in our minds, or there's a way they've actually packaged themselves that makes them look and be like a big brand that is actually worth paying a lot of money for. So one of the things you need to realize is that you don't need to actually outquote yourself. What you need to do is that your value is what you need to actually pitch for your customers as what your price is. So as a salesperson, if I'm actually trying to pitch a training to a customer, I know what my value is at my current level. I don't need to go above what my value is because that is what the customer will be able to pay based on what they perceive of me. So you need to actually identify what your real value is. And when we talk about value, it has to do with things like your branding, your perception, the quality of your product, what you actually put in that product that makes people see it as something that is worth paying for. And that is how you need to actually pitch your price so that your customers don't reject your price and go to the competitor. The other reason why a customer will reject your price is because of budget constraint. If a customer says to you that this is how much that we actually have for this product, and you're trying to sell that product to them at an exorbitant price, most times they will reject that price and go to a competitor because that is what they have budgeted to buy that product for. But there are occasions where a customer can actually go above their budget, and that is the other side that I want you to actually understand. So in other words, you need to actually let the customer know the value that your product has. So once they know the value that the product has, they might be able to actually go above that budget if they see that is actually worth it. Or if you have an alternative product that makes up to the price that they have willing to pay, you can actually pitch that to them as well. The third reason why a customer will reject your price is that if it's actually a new product or a new service that you're trying to sell to them. So most times when customers don't actually know who you are, based on the fact that they don't understand your credibility and your reputation, they might not be willing to actually pay for the product that you're trying to sell to them. And one of the things you can do to actually build credibility and reputation is to do a lot of sponsored ads, push out a lot of content that can actually be entertaining and educative, such that as you do that and people begin to see what you're actually putting out, it can begin to make them understand who you are and what your brand is about. That is one of the ways by which you can actually pitch, your credibility to your customers. The fourth reason why a customer will actually reject your price is when you already have a lot of stock that they are holding. If a customer has recently bought some items and you're trying to sell to them, more or less, they will actually tell you that they don't actually have the plan to actually buy that product. The only reason why they might be willing to go out of their way to buy is if you incentivize them or you're doing a promo, and you have to let them know that is either they buy it now so that they can maximize that promo. The advantage for them is that they might be able to actually get a lesser price, keep that stock, and they are able to sell it at a higher price when the price have actually gone up. So these are some of the things that you can do to actually make the customer be willing to shift ground when they actually have stock. But otherwise, you also need to let them know the quality that your product have. If they are not willing to actually go ahead to buy, if it's a new brand that you're trying to actually, start. So those are some of the things that you can do to actually make the customers at least have you in mind when they need to stock up. The last reason why a customer rejects your price is that they actually have another person that they are actually buying from and they are not willing to let go. This is actually one of the things that happens a lot. You hear customers tell you like, oh, I already have my own customer. I have the person that I buy this product from and I'm not willing to change. Well, that is fine and you don't need to force it. But what you just need to do is just let them also know the quality and the value of your own brand, such that if they have an issue with that other customer that they are buying from, or if there is a stock issue with that customer, they can actually think about you as an alternative or as a backup. And that is one of the ways by which you can actually get into the customer's mind and they can begin to actually patronize you. So in summary, price negotiation is one of the things that we always have to deal with in sales. But one of the things you need to realize is that if you are able to actually get around it, it might be a good opportunity for you to actually pitch your products to your customers and get them to begin to buy from you. So there are several things that you need to do based on what I've outlined in the video. One of the major things is to always pitch the value that your product has, such that your customer knows that what they are trying to pay for matches up to the value that you are pitching to them. So if this video has been helpful to you and you believe that this is something that can improve your business or improve your sales, kindly let us know in the comment section below. And you can reach out to us on the one-on-one training section or a group training section. If you're yet to subscribe to this channel, once again, kindly hit that subscribe button and share this to as many people that you know that this will benefit. Thank you so much for staying tuned to today's video. See you next time.